Are you all set to go on a plant-based diet with the new year and want to get started right, but feel a little confused? What does eating plant-based actually mean? Is any meat allowed in your meals or not? If this lifestyle transition seems overwhelming and confusing, I want to help. In this first episode of the Starter FAQ series, let me break down in simple terms for you what the term plant-based eating actually means so you can gain the clarity you need as you start this journey. You'll also walk away knowing the best way to eat for health. Ready to get into this? Let's go! Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. Hi friend, it's the beginning of the year, and if you're wanting to build the best health with the plant-powered lifestyle this year, I want to support you. That's why, for this week and this week only, I've put together a special package called the PPLT Course Bundle to help you more in your plant-based diet journey. This means you'll be able to enjoy the PPLT course along with 4 bonus resources and 2 fast action gifts. Here's what you'll get as part of the PPLT Course Bundle. First, you'll get the Plant-Powered Life Transformation course itself. This 6-module self-paced online course will help you master the basics of plant-based eating with video lessons, PDF guides, practical strategies, meal ideas, essential skills, and tasty whole food plant-based recipes. These recipes are all easy to make using simple, affordable ingredients that won't cost you a bomb to get. Secondly, you'll get to enjoy this extra value resource. It's a month-long, done-for-you plant-powered meal plan. You'll get 4 weekly menus with easy-to-make whole food plant-based recipes, most of which can be made within 30 minutes or less. Use this meal plan to help you enjoy nourishing whole plant-based meals as part of your life and schedule, instead of wasting precious time and energy trying to create a workable meal plan for yourself. Third, you'll get this extra time and energy-saving bonus resource. It's a plant-based meal prep recipe guidebook. This guidebook will give you more top meal planning tips, a plant-based ingredient substitutions list, and bonus bulk meal prep and freezer-friendly recipes to make for yourself and loved ones to enjoy. Fourth, you'll get the Daily Protein Builder Checklist. This guide comes with more than 40 top plant-based protein food sources and portions, so you can confidently meet your daily estimated protein needs. And fifth, because we know that true health comes with both eating well and moving our bodies, you'll get a bonus resource called 6 Movements to Practice Daily for Optimal Health. This specially designed guide comes with teaching videos and is created by certified personal trainer and movement specialist Courtney McManus. But that's not all. If you're a fast action taker and enroll in the PPLT course before midnight this Wednesday, January 8th, you'll also get these 2 additional fast action bonus gifts. The first is a $30 savings voucher off the course enrollment fee. Just use code SAVE30, SAVE30, all one word. The second is a new guide called 10 Top Tips for Optimal Nutrition Eating Plant-Based, which is a new resource I have developed so you can learn how to best eat for optimal nutrition while making this plant-based diet transition. But this special package will only be available for 5 days, from today, January 6th, until January 10th. And if you want to get the fast action bonuses, make sure to enroll in the PPLT course before midnight on Wednesday, January 8th. Don't miss this chance to make a real impact and difference in your life and health with these added support resources. I can't wait to meet you inside this course and help you enjoy more energy, less pain, and better health in 2025. Now let's dive into today's topic. Now, if you're new to the idea of plant-based eating and feel confused about what it even is, I don't blame you. It is confusing, and others feel this way too. Recently, there was a post made by a new member within my free Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success community group on Facebook. This lady wrote, "Hello, I'm new here. I'm also very new to plant-based diet. The last 6 years I've been following a very low-carb, meat-heavy diet. I don't feel my best, and I'm hoping to try this way of eating to help with my inflammation and infertility. I'm curious, does plant-based mean no meat at all? I'm very overwhelmed on where to start. Any tips and success stories are welcome. Thank you." You might be able to identify with her sentiments shared here, such as feeling overwhelmed and her past experience being on a high-protein, low-carb diet. But what surprised me was the variety of responses this post got, with members coming from different opinion standpoints. Some said yes, while others said no just as passionately. It made me realize that there is still quite a bit of variation and likely confusion even within plant-based circles as to what exactly this term plant-based really is. And that's causing new plant-based eaters to feel even more confused. That's why I decided to bring this topic onto the podcast. And what better way to do that than to kick off this starter FAQ series with it? So does the term plant-based mean no meat? Let me now share my thoughts on this topic and how I would recommend viewing this term. Now, about 15 to 20 years ago, the term eating plant-based would have been clearer and easier to differentiate. If you didn't say you were vegetarian, people tended to assume that being plant-based would be equated with being vegan. That's because back then, this term was not used as often. In those days, there also weren't as many highly processed commercial vegan meat alternative products and other manufactured processed vegan foods being sold as there is now. But in today's world, the term eating plant-based has unfortunately become a rather loose term in common mainstream usage. This is partly because there are now so many different ways you can be eating quote-unquote plant-based. Just think of the fruitarian diet, which includes mostly or fully raw fruits, or a vegetarian diet, which excludes meats but includes some eggs and or dairy. So nowadays, it is taken to mean, more or less, eating mostly plants, or of having most of the items on a plate being plant-based foods. I've seen the clearest examples from plant-based magazines and cookbooks. More often than not, unless the cover specifically states it contains vegan or whole food plant-based recipes, I've found that some of the recipes inside can include animal-based ingredients like meats. But the cookbook authors consider these meals or recipes to still be plant-based because they contain mainly plant-based ingredients. Somehow, this doesn't seem very different from the meals served on a regular diet. Don't you agree? So here are my recommendations. First, recognize that the word plant-based is a very general term, and some can interpret it to mean that meats and other animal-based products are still included in meals. Second, know that many subcategories of eating patterns fall under the umbrella term of a plant-based diet. These include a vegan diet, a vegetarian diet, a pescatarian diet, fruitarian diet, and a whole food plant-based diet. Third, if you want to truly transform your health in the best way possible, then I would recommend focusing as much as you can on moving towards a full whole food plant-based diet. This is a way of eating that focuses exclusively on minimally processed and unprocessed natural whole plant-based foods, such as whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, lentils, beans, and mushrooms. That's because research clearly shows us that a high-fiber, whole-food plant-based diet is the highest quality plant-based diet a person can have. And if someone is on a full whole-food plant-based diet, that person will have the most reduced risk of future chronic diseases and the most potential for improvement of certain existing health conditions, like heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Here's a side note. The term vegan does mean a person is excluding all animal-based foods and byproducts. It may also mean a person is choosing to eat this way for ethical reasons, such as animal welfare or the environment, and this may influence non-food related purchasing decisions. However, there are now many highly processed commercial vegan products available in stores, and through research, we are seeing that a diet based heavily on ultra-processed vegan commercial products and highly refined processed foods like white flour, sugary foods, and concentrated juices doesn't bring as many health benefits in terms of reduction in risk and improvement of chronic diseases as a diet focused on minimally processed or unprocessed natural whole plant-based foods. So if a person on a vegan diet is eating primarily these heavily processed commercial vegan products, he or she may still not be eating the best way for health. If you would like to learn more about this and the best way to eat for optimal health, listen to Episode 1, Plant-Based versus Vegan. What's the difference and the best way to eat for health? I will link this for you in the show notes. So today we looked at the fact that the term plant-based as used in popular media is actually a pretty loose term. It's a general umbrella term under which are many more specific plant-centered eating patterns. The most healthful way of plant-based eating, though, is a whole food plant-based diet, maximizing unprocessed or minimally processed whole plant-based foods. And this is what I would recommend you to focus on transitioning into if your biggest goal is to transform your health in the coming months. Now here's an action step you can take. Pause and take a moment to consider your goals and motivations for wanting to make the change to eating plant-based. Is it for health reasons? For animal welfare? To help protect the environment? Or a combination of these? Then, based off of that, decide on the type of plant-based eating pattern you want to focus on moving forward. I hope this episode helped bring some clarity as you start your plant-based diet journey. Friend, before you go, don't forget to check out the PPLT Course Bundle details. Just see the episode show notes or go to plantnourish.com/course bundle to get more info. This special package will only be available until midnight this Friday, January 10th. And if you act fast and enroll in the course before midnight this Wednesday, January 8th, you'll get 2 additional bonuses. $30 off the course enrollment using code SAVE30, that's SAVE30, and a 10 top tips for optimal nutrition eating plant-based guide to help you begin to build the best nutrition possible eating this new way. Get all the details at plantnourish.com/course bundle or see the link in the show notes. Thank you for listening to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. If this podcast has helped you, please take a moment to rate and leave a written review on the Apple Podcast app or on iTunes. Knowing how this podcast has made a difference in your life never fails to light me up. I may also select your review to be read on the show. Remember that moving to plant-based eating can be simple and doable, even with your existing health challenges and busy lifestyle. If you have a plant-based diet question you'd like me to answer on this show, share that question with me using the contact options in the show notes. Thanks for joining me today, and I can't wait to connect with you again in the next episode. Until next time, keep plant-focused and thriving, my friend.